So, when you got together with the other Ronnie to do the two Ronnies, how can I put it?
Well, as concisely as possible, I hope.
Alright, and why was it so bad? You know what I mean? Because there was about 6 things in it that was funny. There was the first sketch you used to do, which is very funny. There was that one you did where you went, but can he ever it show? And that was funny. The one where you were swearing was funny.
Well, I don't think we ever swore in the shows.
Yeah, we'll pretend to swear and all that, I can't,
No, you have to... As I said,
I am having a funny old day today. I am having a very funny day. I can remember more about your career than you can.
Well, that's...
Nobody told me you were ill.
Okay. I've had a very, very long career. I do sometimes need reminding,
And now you're very ill.
Yeah.
In your mind.
Not in my mind, no.
You can't remember a blessed thing.
My mind has never been better.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had egg and bacon, if it was sure to know.
Was it nice?
It was wonderful.
Do you know what I had?
What did you have?
Alpen.
Fine.
Great it was.
What I'm trying to say is that when you've had a career that's as long and, well, dare I say, distinguished as mine...
You think it's funny you go to jail, and you?
What?
You think it's funny you go to jail?
I've never been to jail. What are you talking about?
You spent years there in fictionalised...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, alright, fair enough.
You think it's funny you go to jail?
Did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, bloody marvellous.
Well, why are you worrying then?
Because I followed in your footsteps.
You went to jail.
I thought it was that much fun. I didn't try it on purpose, to be honest with you, but there was a bit at the back of my mind. When I went down, I thought to myself, well, at least it'd be like porridge.
Yeah, but why did you go down?
At least there'd be Fletch. Then I could be Richard Becknett and Evandales.
And who did you find yourself sharing with?
This very big hairy man on his chest and his shoulders.
The thing is about, porridge, we didn't just show, the good side of being in prison. I would go as far as to say we actually showed the darker side as well. Hello?
Yeah. I was just thinking about my days in prison. There wasn't a friendly Fletch around then. There was a man called Razors. That's who I shared a bleeding cell with. Although, to be honest, I became good friends with Razors in the end, and I still correspond with him.
Really?
Yeah. Sends me a bar of soap every winter just to remind me of the old days.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't take a bar of soap, no mind.
Right.
Relax, that's the secret.
No, I've just, noticed you seem to spend a lot of your interviewing time mentioning all your friends and family.
Shall I do it no more?
Well, it's up to you, obviously, it's your show, but,
You're a good old boy.
I know.
You know the bloody thing about that bloody porridge of viewers? It was a bit of a spawn, wasn't it?
What?
Breeding ground for talent.
Mm.
'Cause after all,
yeah.
Heil Hitler, Claw was in it.
Yes, I'm happy,
And Loved My Jubbly was in it.
David Jason, of course he was, yes.
And My Last of Summer Wines was in it.
Brian Wilde, the late great Brian Wilde, yes.
And Morton McGuy was in it.
The late great Morton McGuy, yeah.
Are they dead then?
They are both sadly passed over.
Funny, innit?
Well,
how do you feel when people die?
Well, how does anybody feel when people die? Obviously, a great sadness,
I'm not. I can't share that, I'm afraid.
What, not even when somebody very close to you has died?
No, the closer it is, generally the more cheery I am.
Well, that's very strange. I've never experienced anything like that.
Awful funny it is.
Is that it?
No, never mind.
So, I think we got to number 8.
Number 8 is about...
No, 8 has been gone.
Number 7. You know when you decided to be open all hours? How did you decide on the idea of Granville?
Well, I didn't decide on the idea of Granville. It was
but you were stuttering, weren't you? Granville.
Yes, I was, yes.
Do you ever feel, really sick about that? Because after all, many people do.
What, stutter?
Yeah.
Feel sick.
Stutter.
Right.
A lot of people feel sick with us.
Well, you get people saying it was in slightly poor taste, to sort of mock an affliction like that. But on the other hand, I did get letters at the time from people who did suffer from stuttering and saying, at least we're represented in the media now. So, it swings and roundabouts when it all comes down to it. I think it wasn't done in a distasteful way, I think we were more sort of laughing with him than at him.
Do you think so?
Well, yes, I do think so.
It went wrong.
Why did it go wrong?
I can't tell you. Because you say no more about my friends, that's that.
Well, in this case, I'll make an exception.
Kelvin.
Yeah.
This bloke who liked your programmes very much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember him? He wrote to you once, you sent him a postcard.
Sorry, I have no idea.
You've nothing to do in your mind, have you, these days about what happens?
I receive 300 bloody letters every week. How am I expected to know one?
God.
One from all that.
300. Well, he said he went up to Max.
Max?
Yeah, Max Owens, Max and Joby Owens. Llewellyn Street.
Yeah.
Max had a stutter, and he used to make all sticks go on his head when he was walking on his bike. And then he put him on the railway line and frightened him with a train. And then he put all sorts, toad in his mouth and made him pop on a frog.
Well, that's not very nice.
No, all because of his stuttering. And he said, after all, if it's good enough for the BBC and Arkwright and Barker, I can do it. Because David Jason, you see, has become a bit of a sex symbol these days, hasn't he? Haven't he?
Well,
haven't he, though? Haven't he?
Well.
You have a bit, haven't he? You've got to admit, think about it. You have, though, haven't he?
No.
Yeah, he have, though,
Alright,
haven't he?
if you say so.
He
yeah,
have.
yeah.
It's not just me, he have, haven't he?
Okay.
He's come out, so he's fearless, isn't he? Now, it's funny because he always done a little mannequin in them days, wasn't he? But now he's sweeping around the place. Do you ever feel when you see him go off and Jubbly and Darling Buds and a detective, right? Do you ever think that was because of me?
No. I mean, David Jason's a very talented man. I'm sure that, if he's regarded as sort of Housewife's favourite sex symbol, he's on his own merit, I mean, he's an impeccable actor.
Is there an order?
An order.
Order?
Odour.
Yeah.
Smell.
With him.
Well, the smell of success, I suppose. I don't know.
So he went on to great big things after you, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, well, that's what I've said, right? No, that was a very good programme, especially because of his gentle humour. And a bit of a welcome relief after all the violence in Porridge. No, but the thing that impresses itself upon our minds whenever we see your body, and I have to speak for the masses here, is this. When there was a little bit at the start of the annual, right, that when you and the other one was telling about how you met and all that, they cut out 2 pictures of your heads, right, off your necks, right, but instead of just putting pictures of you on shoulders, like, they just cut out 2 sort of like blue strips and put your heads on top of the 2 blue strips, and then did speech bubbles coming out your mouth saying, I first met Ronnie when I was working on my week of this, that was with the Frost Report, right? Now why did they just put you and him there in a suit? Why did they have to cut your head out and put it on a blue thing? And
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
In your annual, right? And
yeah, but as I said before, if you're asking me to recall the annual,
I can.
You can.
It was very good because you said all the abbreviations are going to stand for something. So it was going to be BBC, right? And then if you turned it upside down, there's a bald man dreaming about 2 women's bosoms. See what I mean? That was clever. That was one of your best ones ever. See, it's like his head and 2 bosoms.
Okay, yeah.
That made me sweat.
Yeah,
you know the way. Do you know the format of your 2 Ronnies?
Yes.
I'm wrapping up a bit now. I've got to hurry a bit, but
right.
You know the format of your 2 Ronnies, right? First of all, music, and you 2 come on, do a few jokes, and a sketch with you 2 in it, right?
Yeah.
Then you did your thing individually. Remember, you were always the minister for this or that, right?
Fine.
In the 2 Ronnies annual, right?
Yes.
There were a lot of them, translated into comic form, right? Cartoon form, and one of them was the Minister for Scottish, and there was a picture of a woman called Flora MacDonald with a very short skirt on, a cartoon of it. Yes. Now I was reading that on the table in my grandmother's house one day, and I was about 10, 11, and she said, "Oh, look, lovely legs on her, innit?" And that's when I started to be confused about cartoons and whether they were sexy, and it's never ever gone away. I could show you some magazines. I got some comics and art from Europe if you want me to.
No, thank you.
You could have your saucy bloomers as well. Right, now why did your shop get raided the other day?
I'm not sure exactly.
I'm surprised that you can even swallow food. Because you don't seem to be able to remember or know anything that's going on in your life.
How am I supposed to know what goes on inside people's heads? I mean, I don't know why the shop got raided. It was just...
But it was funny.
Security says, I mean, it wasn't very nice.
You're going to make a comedy out of it, are you?
No, I'm not going to make a comedy out of my own misfortune. That would be terrible.
No, just other people's in the prison.
We were showing the lighter side of prison.
But when you show a lighter side of getting your shop raided?
Because there's nothing light about that, really.
I bet it is. I bet it's something funny. Even if somebody accidentally stepped on a bloody Ming vase and went, "Sorry, Mr. Barker, I've broken your bloody big old expensive vase," and you went, "Oh,
well,
luckily
we are insured for that sort of thing, so it wouldn't be that funny."
Yeah, but you don't have to say that, do you?
No.
You don't say nothing. Why do you think the Magnificent Evans went down the drain? I got a good idea.
Well, tell me you're a good idea, and I'll tell you what I think.
Right, it was about a Welshman, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
Now, Welshmen aren't like English people think they are. They think you're all duppy and dull and I want a sheep and all that.
Yeah.
You're not like that. You're not like that at all.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not, it's not meant as a personal attack on Wales.
And yet, that's that.
What's what?
How long did it last? 5 episodes?
6.
I remember, should I tell you something? This is a bit of history now, ladies and gentlemen. The blokey who used to register me in school registry, he was also a metalwork teacher. I can't remember his name, he was one of the meaty boys, right? I used to go in, right? And he used to try and make us friendly by talking about the television of the programmes of the night before.
Right.
And he came in and he said, "Do you see that new Ronnie Barker thing last night, the Magnificent Evans?" And we all went, "Oh, yeah." And he went, "Oh, it's not much good, is it, really? He's not as good as, like, Porridge or anything like that."
Well, I mean, I had a great time making it, so...